Top ladies, my name is Chess, and welcome to the What If Zuko Had All the Devil Fruit's powers. Basically, here. Hold on, give me a moment. Basically, like all of them. Like all those devil fruits' powers, rolled it into one. And he does have a quirk. Called negation aqua. So he's unimmune by anything that's harmless. As turns it into water. Basically, like if he jumps into a chemical bath, like or acid bath, he doesn't transform or disintegrate. He comes out of water like he just jumped into a swimming pool, kind. So, yeah. And he does, as I'm also throwing, this is details, so don't worry. So, I'm also throwing in Zumi, but hers quirk would be fire manipulation. So, plus, Inko and Nasashi were see? So, and I'm gonna make him like a little bit of a jokester thing. Like, oh, sorry, Zuko, you can't become a hero without a quirk. Kind. You know, I'm just giving you cred. So that's what. So now we actually go into it. So, Zuko, okay, when he was born, or like when he reached, when he was born with Zumi, he had, or when he was 4 years old, his parents took him to the quirk doctor, and the quirk doctor said to him, or looked at the Zumi first, and he says, huh, by manipulation. And let's see about you. Well, it says here you have negation. Never heard of that quirk before. And plus, he never heard of negation quirk. He's like speculating if it's like related to Mr. Aizawa's erasing quirk. But he says that it's uncommon, or it's like it's rare for someone else's quirk to be inside you. So, alright. So he ends up Oh, sorry. He ends up with telling Zuko that. So he's like, huh, okay. As the like his mother's like, huh, okay, guess both of them have quirks, right? Yes. Huh. Inco. If it's something like negation and of course is something. So then like next day he actually told Bakugo that your powers are better than mine. Mm-hmm. As Bakugo's like, huh, the, well, that is yours. Negation. As he used it, the explosion, or not explosion. Yeah, he used the explosion, and like Bakugo uses like his explosions to try to test it. So he explodes Zuko, but the his attacks and Link turned or he like smells the explosion, but instead of smelling like the like gunpowder or whatever that the explosion stuff, what he actually Zuko looked at, like tilted his head like that is weird. As Bakugo says, "What's weird?" My negation quirk. Isn't usually it has a certain smell and like gunpowder or something. But as he is trying to figure that out, maybe it's my negation quirk. It negates like because I don't feel pain. Plus the smell of your like of that explosion to be more cherry flavored. As Bakugo says, that is weird. So did his like other friends. Like they're like, yeah. As they let's say in this art what if let's say a something or like a someone stole the oil vehicle thing and it tipped over and like splashed all over Zuko. Okay. And he or the spark came off the engine or actually or let's say the accident happened right where they were standing as he turns and looks behind, like as he grabs all three bullies and pushes them off, as he gets hit by a semi truck or oil truck, right into the building holding that you would usually kill a guy, but he walked right out of it. Like he literally, because the thing tipped over and sparks came out and exploded the truck, or he did like he use his power. So the villains ran away, or they got apprehended, but they thought Zuko was dead. As they he he gets out, like he like pushes the like semi truck with just one hand. His body was half burnt, or actually no, he looked like himself, like he didn't look like any battle damage. As he walks hunks to back to Midoriya's house, as they thought he was dead too. And then when they got knocked at the door, as when Inko saw it, or no, actually Sashi saw him, like they were real. He was just, he looked so fine as he, when Zuko, or when, are you hurt? Or actually, when they got in, or when he got in, they asked, "Are you hurt?" No, but I'm a little bit like. As they checked his like every like body part thing, and he's like, "Only my pride is hurt. That's all it is." As Inko was like super worried about that happening again to him. So yeah, he was basically like him being so calm. I'm trying to find. He was so like calm that even like as they're like, "Sheesh, you're pretty strong. Probably that negation kept you alive." That, yeah. But I sure got my friends out of that situation. As the next day, like, they got to back to home, or they go back to school, then Bakugo saw Zuko, and him and his goons, I'll just call them that, ran up and like, okay, Zuko, and thank goodness you're back. We all thought you were dead because you got hit in like by the semi truck. It exploded, and you just came out all fine. Yeah, but there was this weird smell that I've been feeling. It smells like barbecue, like putting steaks on barbecue. As Bakugo and the rest of, yeah. So it has been happening like to him a lot, or not like accidents, but or not like semi trucks or like those. But it was just weird. It's like his own power of lucky fruit. Um, I'm trying to look for that image. One. But it's it was as the, so yeah. So plus it also has its upsides to having a quirk, to having that quirk, being immortal. But the downside is that they have to be near liquid stuff. So if they aren't near like some liquid, then they'll be dead. And so that's why he carries the water bottle around. So yeah, his sister's like really happy that he's back, and yeah. Plus, they notice that every time it's raining and they're late to school, or they missed the bus thing, he was wearing like flip flops thing. He actually puts his flip flops that were his armor on his arms, and did like same thing. And hang 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 like he slid all the way to the school. Yeah. As he says, see you out there, as he slid all the way to the school faster than even a bus. So, Yeah, that's pretty powerful. And now when he got like older, like 15 now, him and his sister goes to UA or goes to UA exam him, and he actually so Zumi got in, but Zuko didn't because he supposed to like do like hit the robots thing, and but he did not know that, and plus he also, so I'm skipping the ball throw and the heroes versus villains. Now the USJ thing, when his sister rode with him all the way, and they got ambushed by, or they go to, or before, during that quirk thing, he says if you need anything, just holler. Okay? So he walks in, or no, she walks into, or they walk into USJ, and then they got ambushed by a bunch of villains. As she's in her panic mode, and when he heard her in the panic mode, he knew that something was wrong. So he goes, right, breaks the door in, and plus he does like use the sun and the like storm, like devil fruit thing, like yeah. So he uses it. He actually battles against Ling, or he like does that, like, well, as he looks at his own, or are he bothering you, sister? As she's like, yes, Mr. Zawa's down there battling. I don't think. As he literally goes down there and he used his own fire sun thing that you see, like, to create flames around the Nomu to make Mr. Aizawa vanish from his point of view. So Mr. Aizawa goes to, or he gets grabbed by Zuko, puts him on his cloud, and flew, or the cloud flew him all the way to like these, back to his class, and he turns and he looks at the Nomu, and he says this. Well, you're a pretty big guy for being Herncha. As he literally dodges the attacks, it's like a Nomu is trying to punch him, but these punches slip right off the skin of Zuku's. As he goes in, and like he literally used or his like both sides of his own version of Todoroki's. Here, hold on, give me a moment. He used like a special version of like Todoroki's, but the colors or like the magma is basically like where the white part is and the red or white part, and then the cold is it's basically like colors were flipped. So he says, as he used both sides to absolutely grab the Nomu's like basically melted his brain, killing him, and froze his body solid glass. Yeah. They know, don't upset Zuku. Who? As heck, Zumi is like, good job, big brother. As or everyone was out of the building before, but they could literally feel the magma. It's like they looked at Todoroki and like, did you use your fire? No? Why? Why is it hot? Right. As Zumi was giggling because she says, oh, you guys, don't blame each other. That is my... Because she knew that Zuko had a powers of like a devil fruits powers. As they all like looked at her like, wait, what do you mean? Heck, even 13 was looking at her like, what do you mean? As she says, well, you know that story of the one powerful entity? The one that creates all the devil fruits? Well, he is, or actually, Zuko is, or his powers is those devil fruits powers. So if you mess with him, you're... So yeah, he basically used like his magma, his ice, his flames, and like basically like hers, but on a whole nother level. Like he didn't need a sword, so he grabs or he went full on Sogoku. Yeah. And literally like froze everybody, and he basically kept them from escaping. As when he was done, He walked out. No, there, and he says, "Huh. This is why I did not want to end up hurting my comrades. And comrades always comes first. Then beating the villains to bloody pulps." So, yeah, they all looked at him like, "Sheesh, is he your brother?" Guess who's the one that says that? Maya and Ochako says that to Zumi. And she says, "Yeah, but he is a real hothead." So, yeah, they in the after USJ incident thing happened. Mr. Aizawa tells Nezu that he needs to, or Zuko needs to join his class. Yes, because as the video footage, or actually, Nezu is like, well, we do need someone like him to go to our school. And what did he say about the students? As Mr. Aizawa says, well, he says comrades come first. Beating bad guys and all that stuff comes second. Only to his eyes. Well, no wonder why he failed the quirk assessment test. Okay? As they have, like, they use, like, video camera things. So, yeah, the video camera showed Zuko's his true powers, and he was shocked. Like, he couldn't believe that some random kid has this much power. So, as he's thinking, is it a bad choice? Well, maybe a reason why he didn't hit the robots, because he or his comrades were in the way. As he tells Mr. Aizawa that, okay, he needs to retake that, like, robot test, but this time use all of his power to hit the robots without any comrades involved, okay? Understood. As they went in, and he told Zuko to go ahead and do that quirky thing again. This time without any of your comrades. Okay. As he goes in, and he literally broke the entire world record for being the fastest and beating the past All Might record. And he was not just holding back. He was, like, using, like, that power our as they okay. He's in UA. Okay. So now he rolled Zuko into UA and Class 1A with his little sister. So I'm skipping the sports festival and the camp park. And during the camp park, Ochako, Mina, and rest of them spend a lot of quality time with Zumi and Zuko. As heck, Todoroki was basically like, how do you, hey Zuko, or one day, or one night he asked Zuko that, how did you get that power, like, to get, like, two? Well, or actually during the internship before, I forgot to mention, during the internship, him, he chose Seal. Okay? Because he actually did figure out why that his quirk needs. So Seal's like, okay, let's see what you got. Okay. First, my weakest quirk, that's what I'm calling it, negation. And okay. But that's not important. But what is important is my special powers that I've been. So, yeah. He is pretty strong. So he's basically used negation, or like as they're like, you slow us down. Or no. Seal says, don't you'll stay on a boat, okay? Okay. As he goes in and like does that look around and sees the boat. There was two boats. Like in the anime. So they went to the second boat and Seal went to the first boat. But the first boat was a trap for a seal. And he says, as the squid guy looks at Zuko and he really does tell his so yeah, he literally does like what everyone in the One Piece universe does. Like he can slip on slippery surface. He can, like, he actually did tell the like does like his own little storm cloud to whom basically make it went enough to like huh? So he literally cleaned the entire boat clean as a whistle. So he actually when the villains when they were like it was the same thing in Ken, but Zuko when they when that guy says prepare to die as he pulls the trigger as Seal and or not Seal the girl that was or like Frog Girl and the crew were shocked. As he he had the power to cause the illusion or like copies of himself. He used that guy's string thing. So he pulls the same trick on the captain, like, I'm gonna go overboard to just get into the water. Okay. And or actually he does do like a couple things crazy. Like he asks or he went behind the squid and like he taps as he turns around and he says, I believe this is your bullet. Oh. And I presume as you're like, you're still alive? Huh. Yeah. Are you surprised? As he like uppercuts him. And he does like he actually does like he grabs the or he doesn't like kill. He doesn't never kill. He just like you're threatening my friend. Sorry about that. My or so someone just like pulled in and so yeah. This is and he used strings from like he could use his string. He actually kidnapped the the hero killer Stain and put him behind bars before her. And yeah, he was watching Keenan as yeah. He literally made it he actually makes it rain and or he actually tells his own cloud own how to make it rain. He pets him on the head, like, make it rain, little cloud. As he does make it rain, and he makes it so, and his body was so like slippery. He took off his shoes before and puts it on him, on his wrist, so that, and he slid around, um, like he literally slides around, so fast that even like Mr. Aizawa and the rest of them are shocked. So yeah, he does. Like, he does occasionally. So yeah, so he ends up. So now back to, so yeah, so Todoroki says that to him, like, how did, or some of them ask him, how did you ever require that much power and controlling it without, huh? That's why the better control over my quirk is like, But there is one downside to my quirk, actually. And is, they're like, what is it? Well, I have the power, or the downside is that if I'm not near her moisture and someone like shoots me, then I might be in the grave. That's only the downside. Did you really think I would make Quirk OP? His power is OP. And he uses the, like, he literally used the special, like, drawn, no me, the one that devil fruit that you touch, or if you eat it and you touch a picture and it comes to life. But his power, or allows, or he can access that power too. So he did the like the female version of like Bakugo to just be fun. Like, yeah. And he actually moves faster than any character. He uses like the guy's laser. The, I forget his name, but he is basically, yeah, he basically, he moves fast. So now we move on to All for One versus All Might fight. So All Might was down, but All Might, or no, not All Might, Bakugo, or no, All for One was gonna use his let's say I'm giving him a one-shot cannon thing. Hmm? So, yeah. He basically... Sorry. He basically went full-on Sogoku. Like, he used his own, like, version of the laser dude's quirk, but to shoot out of his hand. But the Zuko, he is like, you're basically, or he says this, you're so inconfident. Okay then. As as Zuko literally saves All Might by using his own versions of his own. He used the like strings, and the buildings transformed into the strings. He controls it, and like turns All for One's arm right to him. And aimed right at Zuko. And yeah, when the gun goes off, so he gets blasted, but he was still standing. Like he was like that. As he smiles, like, as they're like, why are you still standing there? As All for One says, the negation power of yours. You can negate any battle damage and turn them into fragrances. And you can become one who I despise most. But I do like your quirk. Not everyone says that to me. As he's like, as he walks towards, he literally walked right towards All for One, and he says, or he does like that. Like he literally shoots at him first. He's using all of his quirks. So, as he says, be prepared, All for One. I'm coming. As All for One does the same thing. Like what he did to, like, All Might. And that, like, when they both collided fists. Yes? Yeah. But he used all of his power, and yeah. And whose arm like broke or exploded off was All for One's arm exploded. Like he literally, like, Okay then, now let's play. As he had custom built like swords. Like he had one that looked like has a like cartoony face on it. So yeah, he basically did that. He slices All for One, and you know what he actually did after that? Like All for One's like, I'm immortal. You can never kill me. Oh, let's test that theory out. As he grabs the All for One's shadow and starts pulling on it and does that to him. As when he like cuts the like to All for One's shadow, he says, huh. And he actually did do one thing, a string. He used one of his strings to reach into All for One's body and like pulled his immortal quirk out when during the same time he used that. Prepare to die. As he like cuts it, and yeah. Basically, All for One died. And as everyone is shocked. So they're like, holy cow, that was just weird. And so I'm skipping the dodgeball and the overhaul thing. And so this is the end of the video, by the way. But before him and Ochako were actually got married and had 2 kids. And before that, Dark Shadow asks Zuko like if he ever uses that OP ability of his. As he says, unless you start ticking me off, I only do that when someone really ticks me off. So now this is the end of the video, and let's see what day it is. Today's Tuesday, so there would be one more video tomorrow, huh? And then take a break until Sunday. Okay? So, peace out, Cub Scouts, and have a good night or day, depends on time zones. Peace.